Hey YouTube, coming at you with my most successful team so far in the Great League. Defence Deoxys, a Sandslash with the new Drill Run, and Walrein with the Icicle Spear buff. So double ice in the back. Both kind of act as sort of safe swaps. So Defence Deoxys lead, as long as you don't see like a Sable or something, I'll stay in for a little bit. You're double weak to fighting in the back, right? Because you're ice in the back. So as long as they don't see like a Sable or something, I'll kind of just like stay in for a little bit. Probably throw a Psycho Boost or Rock Slide depending on what it is, and then bail into either one. Depending on what I feel like is the appropriate one to come into. But let's look at some battles. Bastiona obviously is a good lead. I'll probably just stay in here. I expect them to get out. There's the Sableye. I come in a Sandslash. In this moment, I was just like, I was just thinking like Shadow Claws, I'll do okay. And then I'm like, no, because Shadow Claws are neutral. They're doing neutral to me. Foul plays are going to add up quickly. I probably should have come Walrein here, especially with the Icicle Spear buff. Icicle Spear buff gives Walrein such a good matchup here, and I could have saved this for the Drill Run on the Bastion. So not a really smart play by me, quite honestly here. I should have come in Walrein there, but this thing is very, very, very spammy. So I'm going to get a move off here if the game allows me to. It looks like we are spinning a little bit. So get the move up here. I don't think they quit out, because if I remember, the Bastion comes back and starts smacking me right away, and it does smack down me right away. I will get German off, which will do a good amount of chip damage, even non-shadow version here. Obviously the shadow does a ton, but look, this thing is so attack heavy. That did like 50% to a Defence Deox. Sorry, did 50% to a Bastion. I just Psycho Boost, because I'm like, they may be not shield, and if they do shield, I can now get a couple Icicle Spears, but they don't shield, which means that this is now in range. This matchup, let me just pause this right here, because this matchup is a significant shift, because Walrein, pre-Icicle Spear nerf, Walrein took this easy, getting 2 Icicle Spears off before they got 2 C-Bombs off. Post-nerf, you CMP tied, and the 2 C-Bombs actually allowed Trevenant to win this match. Now, because it takes 6 claws to get to a C-Bomb, Trevenant just has absolutely 0 play. So the 1 C-Bomb does a lot of damage, fine, but like it doesn't take me out. And at that point, they can't even get to they would have been able to get to 1, but they don't. Like if it was 5, they would have gotten to 1 quite easy, but it was 6-6 now, so they don't have any chance to get to 1. I'm able just to farm down, come out with a move, force shield. Not that shield matters, it's within counter range anyways. So I will take this matchup here. So really interesting to see some of these Pokemon at play. Like that Drill Run, like huge damage there. Just the Walrein Trevenant matchup is significant. Again, if it's a neutral matchup, I'm just spamming Psycho Boost, because Psycho Boost still does a good amount of chip damage to any of these, and now it's in Icicle Spear range. There is your fighter that we draw out, which is fine. So draw out a fighter, which I do. They do not shield, so I can either, yeah, I was about to say, I can make, I think what I'm going to try and do is farm down here, because if I get to a move here, and they come back in with the I was about to say, if they came back in with the Wiggly, then they would have had to maybe shield, but they came in here, Icicle Spear, again, good chip damage, everything is resisted here. So at this point, I'm just farming up a bit, throw here, just to chip it. They've got a Braver me. I think they're just going to try and go 2 shield Wiggly, which is the right move. I don't need to shield because I know that I need to, I don't need to save a shield for this. Well, I kind of do, because it's already at like 6 or 7. So I just need to chip here. I think coming in with Defence Deoxys is the right play, because it's half normal, which resists the claws, and allows me to at least do neutral with counters. So I came in here and do this. Because it's raining Charm, this thing is going to take forever to get to a move. So I'm just full farming, have 2 Rock Slides coming out. Back to back here, we'll take them out for the win. So Defence Deoxys is like a nice, everyone's looking for Metachamp, but Defence Deoxys is like a nice little sort of option that's not weak to Charm, not weak to, not weak to Charm is the main one. Out comes Galarian Stunfisk, and even this non-shadow version is still going to do 50%. So this Drill Run coverage is huge. It's big. I have to shield up. Earthquake would KO me. Problem is, Rock Slide's still neutral, right? Rock Slide won't take me out from this range, but it is neutral. So I can let one go here because it won't take me out, and I know that. At this point, the claws are adding up, and is now in Ice Punch range. So I'm going to grab a shield or flip switch here. And if they shield again, I'm still going to get it off. So I'm still going to flip switch here. Not with shield advantage, but I will flip switch here. Out comes a Swampert, which is kind of tricky because they're just going to farm. I mean, I have Walrein, so it's not too bad. But obviously, this is a very bad matchup here. Look at, oh my god. What are the attack stats on this thing? Because this is insane. What are the attack stats on Sandslash here? 116. That surprises me. This thing feels like it. So its overall stat product is 1917, which is quite good, which is why you're seeing a lot of it. Defense is 132, stamina is 124. It's why you're seeing, like, 1917 is quite a good overall stat product for Great League, which is probably seeing it a lot more. But man, it just seems like these Drillrons and Ice Punches chip hard. So 116 attack stat, interesting. But yeah, huge improvement obviously with this Pokemon. I have double ice in the back here, so I'm going to come into Walrein. I think Walrein is just generally the safe swap. You're double weak to fighting, so if they have a Medicham or a Scrafty or any a counter user, right? This double kick user, you're taking double effective from it as a steel ice, which just, like, even if you get a move off, you're not going to take it out most cases, and then they're just going to counter it out and come out with energy. So that is why I usually come in with Walrein. Walrein's tanky enough to take one of these. Okay, wall charge, can't do much about that. I do grab a shield, which is good. They do have wall charge, and so I'm just going to shield back. I don't really want to take it, and it's a payback at that. So they are running double nukes in the mid game there. Spicy. Gliscor comes in. I have a second ice for this. Now the question is, do they have a second? Well, they could have Earthquake, and that would probably KO me from here. It is just an Ice Slash bait, so that is not great. Oh, and they got the Water Spider, and this game's over because I only have resisted moves. Water Spider, so I haven't used this yet. That is very interesting, though, because the Water Spider is a total wall to this, a Sandslash, Swampert, and G-Fisk, right? Because it only has, no, not G-Fisk, because it has rock. What else has ice and ground? Like Walrein. Yeah, I have no answer here for with Walrein either. So good catch on the Gliscor too. So this matchup is over. So it's interesting because the main reason it was everywhere, right? Because if you, so history lesson, if you're sort of newer to this channel or GBL in general, that Water Spider showed up everywhere because of Walrein, and it was the hardest answer to Walrein. But then it went away because the Owl was everywhere, and Lantern was everywhere, and it just had no play against that combo. But now those are both gone, not gone. Lantern is still everywhere, but the Owl is down substantially. I'm gonna do, I think tomorrow I'm getting frame. So two things. Let's just start with what I was starting with. Tomorrow I'm gonna do an analysis on 1 week in Great League meta analysis, because what I've seen so far is I've seen everyone use all these Pokemon now. Like, everyone's testing, every content creator's rushing to get these out before others. Between like Rise, Yunkus, and Home Slice, I feel like they've covered every single one of those in like the first 3 days. So the actual testing of these Pokemon and watching these Pokemon is basically done. Where we go to now is, what is the meta? What is working? What is not working? And how is that going to shift the meta overall? And I'm going to do that analysis in a video tomorrow, I believe, because this is going to go up on, just checking here, I think this is going to go up on Tuesday afternoon, because I have the Whiscash Monday morning, I have Credilli Monday afternoon, I have the Glycopod this morning, and then I have this Tuesday afternoon. And what I want to do Wednesday morning is start looking at, okay, all these Pokemon are in now. How does this change the meta? If it does, and what Pokemon have moved up the board and down the board, just based on like first usage. So I can do that Wednesday morning, and then Wednesday afternoon I have a really strong try-hard team because I want to start doing some try-hard teams because again we've tested everything, right? Between like I haven't tested emolga yet, but a bunch of people have tested it already. So we know what all these Pokemon look like now. The question is, how do they perform in a new meta? So I want to look at that Wednesday morning, try hard team Wednesday afternoon. There's a league tournament over Thursday, so I'll probably do like a top team. And then try a few Great League try hard teams moving forward. There's a couple other Pokemon I want to try that I haven't got around to yet, but they're not like the new Pokemon. They're like old Pokemon that have, I think, more play now. So we will do that. Yeah, we will do that. But that is it. Quagsire. That's the other thing I wanted to look at. And maybe I'll do this in the analysis video. Was Quagsire versus Whiscash. Okay. Because I basically said that they play the same role, right? They're both Mudshot users. They both have Mud Bomb now. And Quagsire has Stone Edge and Whiscash has Blizzard. So it's your same sort of more or less same coverage. Not exact same, but more or less the same. So I was looking at stat products, both over 2,000, which again, 2,000 is sort of the magical number for me. And what it comes down to is Whiscash has a much higher stamina, 178 to 161, but then its attack and defense is 107.5 each, and the attack on Quagsire is 111.2, and defense is 111.9. And that makes sense to me that they're both sort of defensive heavy, but Quagsire is a little more hard hitting, and I feel that when I'm against Quagsire. I'm a little more nervous that I have to shield there than I am with Whiscash. So Whiscash is ranked a little bit higher, but I think Quagsire, with those sort of extra 4 attack stats, just makes it I'm a little more scared of it. I'm a little more scared of it landing a Stone Edge. I'm a little more scared that the Mud Bombs are, not that the Mud Bomb is an amazing move even with a buff, but I'm a little more, it's going to add up a little quicker than on Whiscash, and that makes sense. But Whiscash is ranked higher. What is the overall difference in wins here? So, oh, actually, Shadow Quagsire is now higher than Whiscash. Whiscash is 14, Shadow Quagsire is 11. Whiscash 19 is 24 record. Shadow Quagsire is a 28 and 15 record. So that is not even 19 and 24. Sorry, 19 and 24 versus 28 and 15. That is not even close. I assume some are bait dependent here. Like it says you beat the Owl and you beat Mandibuzz here. But I'm guessing that is with baiting. Oh no, that is going straight Stone Edge. They shield up a Stone Edge, you go straight Stone Edge, and you could take it with a Mud Bomb. That is interesting. Mandibuzz, is that the same? Yep. Straight Stone Edge, you beat Mandibuzz. Interesting. I do not have a good Shadow Quag. Okay, what is the difference between Quagsire, Shadow, and non-Shadow? So 28 and 15 versus... Is it that much of a difference? No, it's ranked, non-Shadows ranks to 17, 20 and 22. That is a substantial difference. This Shadow Quagsire is a substantial difference compared to the non-Shadow and Whiscash. Right? Because you only have really the one, you're a Mud Boy, so you really only have that one grass weakness. And then you have a bunch of resistances, and now you got the attack heavy, spammy Mud Shot. Huh. Anyways, that's interesting. Makes sense though. Yeah. So we'll do sort of a full analysis tomorrow morning. So I do think A Sandslash is here to stay. I think Shadow Quagsire is here to stay. I think Dugong is as well, but I think it's a little more niche compared to these two, quite honestly. I think these two just have a little more play. Trevenant substantially down, I think, for sure. You can even see it in the regional championships. It was not on any of the top teams. Metachamp was on every single team, and that is not surprising that Metachamp will be everywhere. That I've already mentioned that because all these new Pokemon are not going to do great against Metachamp. So that is it. We will also check out that video tomorrow. I appreciate watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.